Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you for watching. We have an 8 horsepower Mariner here today. It's branded a Mariner, but actually it is a Yamaha two-stroke outboard. It's got plenty of guts, this one. I was just wanting to speak about outboard maintenance today. The first thing we would tend to on a yearly service with these two-strokes is very simple. We have a fuel filter here. This is a sintered bronze one, which I do recommend instead of the paper ones that were on cars before. This sintered bronze actually does allow oil to flow through with the premix. The paper ones were known to separate oil from the fuel and cause possible starvation problems. So make sure your fuel filter is a sintered bronze, and it doesn't have to be replaced every year. As long as it's clear and free, you can take it off and blow through it, and it's got lots of junk inside. It should be good. We usually check the gear oil every year. If there is water in there, it's milky, the gearbox has to be pressure tested to find out what seals are actually gone in the gearbox. But yearly service is mainly just to change the gear oil. The next thing we do is we replace the plugs. We would do a compression test just to see if the compressions are viable. Over 90 is okay, over 100 is very good. This particular motor, it's an old motor, it's got plenty of guts, it's 115 per cylinder. It's really exceptional. So new plugs, and also there's maintenance to be done on the motor. This pin here, when we go to lift the motor up, when we go to launch, make sure that's free and lubed up. These clamp bolts here, make sure they're greased, freed up, oiled, and loosened up. Even when we go down to the salt water, even the air, the motor doesn't have to go in the salt water. The air, the presence, the nearby proximity to the salt water can cause corrosion. So things like this, corrosion. This motor was seized up before on the tiller steering. So we have a grease nipple here on the tiller shaft. Make sure that's greased. Make sure that's greased. And if it is a bit tight, I recommend some oil on it to try and free it up. So make sure that's greased too. So after we do a compression test to check the fuel filter, we'd start it up, and we would make sure it's pumping water. Make sure it's pumping water. So if it's not pumping water, we'll check the temperature. These you should be able to touch the head area. These ones haven't got a particular cylinder head. This is Yamaha. They don't make motor with a cylinder head. They have plates. They have a plates, or the side plate and the back plate. And you take those plates off, and everything, all the waterways are cleaned out via there. Plus there's a thermostat in the back. There's not a thermostat on this one, there is a restrictor. So we would discuss with the client, customer, about the water pump. So it's basically very quick and very cheap service. The 4 strokes are astronomical for service. The oil has to be replaced, plugs have to be replaced. Some of them, the tappets have to be set, and it just goes on and on. The cost is astronomical. So I love the old 2 strokes myself. Politicians did get up in Parliament and say that they're to go eventually, and in Australia we're under the European ruling about them, and but they didn't say that we had to stop using our 2 strokes. So as long as there's parts and we can get them going and maintain them, I say maintain them for as long as we can, look after them, That way we've got good power, we've got reliable service with them, cheap servicing, and try and preserve them as long as we can. I recommend a 40-to-1 ratio for oil fuel. The politician didn't state any particular ratios for these, so the normal one is 50-to-1. I say use 40-to-1 to preserve the motors, and I recommend Penrite 2-cycle outboard oil too. So this is just a bit of an idea of what's involved with two-stroke outboard service maintenance, and keeping them good so we can use them for many years to come. Thank you for watching, and we'll sign off for now. Thanks for now. Bye.